Buenos dias, señoras y caballeros. Greetings, one and all. Jameson from Brazil. Uh-huh. I know they speak Portuguese in Brazil, not Spanish, but anyway. He says the following. He says, I'm an admirer of your work. Well, thank you very much. He says, analysis, please. MD431 Mark II. Photograph. Open the mic. Reset the on-off switch. I want to see inside. Oh, hold on a minute. Calm down, Jameson. Okay. We can look inside. I'll take the top off from above at the end of the video. Don't know about resetting the on-off switch. I'll tell you a bit about that. Somebody gave me the information in the comments. And we'll look at it close up, and I'll take the top off here. But we're not going to go right inside. I'm not going to dismantle it. I don't know if that's what you meant. I'm sure you didn't, actually. But this. So happens Jameson asked about this one. I've been thinking about it over the past few weeks because a friend of mine, she has a Sennheiser E35S with a switch. Not this. I haven't got that. This is a 945, but I'm using it because it seems a bit similar to me. No switch on this one. She's got it with a switch. I could hear it's ragged at the top and this and that. It costs £77, so it's an entry-level mic, probably, we'll say. And she's using it for gigs and stuff through a good system, the Bose system that she uses. Nice. But I could hear it was ragged. So I said, well, why don't you have a go at this one? The SE V7. See if it's any different. She didn't really get much chance to try it out. It was at a gig and lots of noise. And the fact was, it didn't have a switch and it really put her off. She loves her switch. I don't know if you can get a switched one of these. I know they've got a new one which got a switch where you have to press it the whole time to be on, like for a talkback mic. You take your finger off and it's off. She's not going to like that. I think she just wants that on, off, on, off. That's what she's used to. So she didn't really get to try the this one. Then I thought, well, hang on a minute, sometime later, this one's got a switch. Let's try on that. And I think it's a nice sounding. It hasn't got that ragged stuff going on. About £425 for a dynamic. £425. Anyway, she's on holiday at the moment, but when she comes back, she's going to give it a go. We'll take it on a gig because she'll be happy enough because she's got that switch which she loves. But in the meantime, let's just listen to what's going on. I had it switched off. One of the issues with the switch. But she wants them. But immediately, can you hear? Yeah, immediately. What am I thinking? A little bit compressed sounding, maybe. I do hear something up the top there. That seems smooth. Open enough. Seems smooth. Low end has got a bit of old school about it to me. Bit of bloom, as if it's not quite, that's diaphragm sort of not quite stopping and starting where it might. So I'm going to go back to the 33. Now I'm on the SV33, and immediately I think you can hear there the difference between them. But of course, you'd expect that, wouldn't you? But just you have to have a reference for something, otherwise what are you going to do? Going back to this one, the 431, I'm going to get mixed up. I thought there that you can hear a bit of that bloom as soon as I go back. Top end there, as I say, is sweet enough and nice enough. That come on, come on, come on. Oh, that's what it actually sounds like. But so a little bit of that sluggish overshooting, I imagine, and the diaphragm giving a bit of bloom at the base, so it's not quite clear, but actually quite nice, is it not? And don't forget, it's a female voice we're looking for this particular one, but maybe Jameson's male, I think. And the lowest frequencies aren't really there like so many stage mics, so roll them off. But, I wouldn't complain really at this. Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. Still I'm a little bit aware of that, which might not be on her. If I can just take it away a bit, or you could trim it off a bit. Let's move on then from this one to this, which is as near as I can get to hers, which I didn't like, and I think this one 945, £159, has got a bit of what the 835 at £77 has got going on, but obviously they're not the same. This then is a Sennheiser, and immediately. 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 What about the low end there? What about the low end? Yeah, low end again is truncated, I can tell. It goes low enough and says, we won't have any of that really low stuff because we don't want to do that. So this is the Sennheiser, and immediately. This is not the Sennheiser, and immediately. This is not the Sennheiser, and immediately. So I've had enough on my ears. So that's why I was listening, and I thought, I don't know if I like that for her. Not the kind of stuff she does. Not. Maybe it's rock. I don't know. Well, this then was what I suggested. The SEV7. This is the SEV7. This is the SEV7. And what do I notice when I went 7? This is the SEV7. I think that's that lift it's got at the top there because it's not flat by a long chalk. I think they kind of tried to copy the SM58. I don't know. A lot of people do, obviously, or try and get some of that market, put it that way. So there we go. But I thought then, compared to this is the SEV7. This is the SEV7. This is the Sennheiser 945. This is, what do you think? A bit grainy, isn't it, or something? Doesn't. So anyway, that's why I wanted to try something else. Okay, now I'm immediately on the 435. It's comfortable sounding. I think to me, it reminds me a bit of the Shure SM7B, that big broadcast mic. I think this might be a bit better actually, but it's got something of that about it. That slightly comfortable, sluggish low end, and quite a smooth, not overly detailed top, though not really lacking. Just listen to it sound. Yeah, I can listen to this. I can, and those little things, and that kind of area that I noticed that on the Shure SM7B has a fair bit of that. So yeah, comfortable, as somebody said a while ago. Well, I'm going to do a swap between these two. I'm going to cheat. This is the 431, and here's the V7, but I'm keeping the V7 away so you can tell. This is what you can hear of, if I switch this off. This is what you can hear of the V7 pointing at the floor. This is what you can hear of the V7 pointing at the floor. Not very much in my headphones. So you couldn't hear very much of the V7 there, I don't think. So just to give you an idea. So this is the 431. This is the 431 Mark II. This is the 431. This is the 431 Mark II. This is not the 431. This is not the 431 Mark II. This is the V7. This is the V7. This is not the V7. This is not. 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 This is. This is. This is. This is. So what do we hear? A little bit of fizz up the top there, a little bit of accentuation, but you can hear, I hope, that it's, take that away from them phasing, that it's nothing like this. It's like, this is like an extreme version. This is the V7. This is the V7. This is the V7. This is the V7. This is not the V7. This is not the V7. Not very satisfying on my voice, I don't think at all. So there we go. Okay, that's it. We've looked at the 431 Mark II, which I'm going to dismantle somewhat from above now for Jameson, and it's £425. We've compared it to this one, the 9, go back on the 33. We've compared it to the 945, which is £159, but the reason for this being in here is that it was kind of a little bit similar to my friend's E835S, which is £77, which I'm thinking of replacing. And she was going to try this, didn't work out because there's no switch and we didn't have the time and it put her off. But now, when she comes back from holiday, she's going to try this because it's got the switch on it. And it might suit her voice as well, I think. These two, I put them in order like this then for me from what I've heard. Obviously the 33 gives you an idea of everything. Personally for me then I'd go for this. But it's a lot of money, $425. Then next for me would be the V7, but I prefer the MK, as you probably know. But this is $79. This one, even at $159, not for me, and I'm sure not the ES35 at 77. Not for me. I hope you've heard why, on my voice at least. It seemed to me to be quite clear in the headphones, but who knows what it's like out there. Anyway, that's enough of that. I hope satisfied Jameson so far. But now, what Jameson wants, he says, analysis, please. Photograph. Open the mic. Reset the on-off switch. I want to see inside. Okay. I'll do the best I can. All right, here we go. A nice close-up inspection. Do you like it? First off, the switch. On the original version, there was a kind of housing with 2 screws and the switch in that housing. I prefer this because it stood proud. And I've got the original version. When I took that off, there was nothing underneath. It was just like this with the 2 holes. Somebody said then that it's a reed switch and that in that housing there's I think it's magnetic, and when you slide it, it causes something magnetic to stop, to short out, so you get no signal. I think that's what happens in the biodynamic ones with the switch, which means that it kind of is fail-safe. So if the switch fails, which they do after a long while, the mic's left permanently on, which is better than it being left permanently off. So I think that's what goes on there. I'm not going to go in. There's a lock screw there, so it's off at the moment. I believe, yes, you can see just about off. So towards the mic is on, makes sense. And you can lock it on with that screw, if you wish. Not much more to see there. Very fine threads, yeah. In here you can see a wedge of foam. Can't see if there's any finer grill under this grill as well. Don't know. The foam is pretty uniform all the way around. Some of them have a thicker foam. The foam is thicker there, and but this one feels to me uniform. Nope. Just thought I could. Yes. Well, here, don't know if you can see, there is a very fine mesh. Quite light. Seems quite sturdy. Of course, it's got that band around there. Some more kind of a foam there, different type of foam by the look of it. On the original version, this bit also unscrewed. This one, not so. Suspension. Not much to feel sideways, but works that way. Fascinating, this suspension stuff to me, because some of them are lossy that way and not that way, and some of them are this way and not that way. And as I say, on the Earthworks ones, I can't feel any suspension in any direction. Yet the handling noise is very good on the Earthworks. Have I covered everything, Jameson? Let me just look. Photograph, well, you've seen that. Open the mic, I've done that as far as I'm going to go. Obviously there's a screw there, and you can take the innards out, but I don't think there's much point doing that. I don't know about resetting the switch. I don't know what you mean by that. It's either on or off, or maybe it's broken. Don't know. And that's about it. That thudding noise is my neighbour exercising upstairs. Good on him. Okay. See you next time.